Imagine a time when people were willing to trade their houses for a single flower bulb. Sounds absurd, right? Well, welcome to the wacky world of Tulip Mania, a period in the 17th century when the Dutch lost their minds over tulips. Yes, tulips. It all started innocently enough. Tulips, introduced to Europe from Turkey, became a symbol of wealth and status in the Netherlands. Their vibrant colors and unique patterns made them the ultimate luxury item. Soon, everyone wanted petals. As demand grew, so did the prices. Tulip bulbs were being sold and resold at ever-increasing prices, and the market quickly spiraled out of control. People were buying bulbs not because they loved flowers, but because they thought they could sell them for a profit later. Sound familiar? This was the original speculative bubble. At the peak of tulip mania, a single bulb of the most coveted varieties could cost as much as a luxurious house in Amsterdam. People from all walks of life, nobles, merchants, farmers, were caught up in the frenzy. They sold off their possessions, mortgaged their homes, and borrowed money, all to get their hands on these magical bulbs. There are stories of entire estates being traded for a single tulip bulb. And it wasn't just any tulip. These were rare varieties with names like Semper Augustus and Viceroy. The rarer the bulb, the higher the price. It was like the Beanie Babies craze of the 1990s, but with a lot more at stake. As with all good things, the tulip craze couldn't last forever. In 1637, the bubble burst. People suddenly realized that paying the price of a mansion for a flower was, well, a bit silly. The market collapsed, leaving many with worthless bulbs and a mountain of debt. One day, you could trade a bulb for a house. The next, you couldn't give it away. The aftermath was devastating. Many who had invested their life savings found themselves ruined. The Dutch economy took a hit, and the event became a cautionary tale of speculative bubbles. So what can we learn from tulip mania? First, it's a classic example of how markets can be driven by irrational exuberance. When people start buying something just because they think someone else will pay more for it later, you're in bubble territory. Secondly, it shows the dangers of investing in something you don't understand. Many Dutch traders had no clue about tulips. They were just chasing the trend. Investing in something because everyone else is doing it is a recipe for disaster. Finally, tulip mania reminds us that when something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Sure, the idea of turning a flower bulb into a fortune sounds great. Well, it's as realistic as finding a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. To put it in perspective, imagine selling your house for a rare Pokemon card. That's pretty much what the Dutch did with their tulips. And while it might seem laughable now, it's a potent reminder that even the smartest of us can get caught up in the hype. Next time you're tempted to jump on the latest investment bandwagon, remember, the Dutch and their tulips. Sometimes it's best to stop and smell the flowers. Just don't mortgage your house to buy them.